first I'm gonna make the plate in the middle of this. Alright, I'm gonna take a little very light color, top right here, the bottom over here, and just ruffle it. So I'm gonna looking at a bigger group instead of looking at the smaller group. And I'm gonna have a little stem coming on this. I'm gonna put this one all the way over here like that. I'm gonna making sure I'm comfortable with this before I'm going to start the washes. I'm gonna working into the large area. I talk about the local color of the outside. I'm gonna take a little blue color, have the little brown color here already. So I'm gonna take this color, mix together. I'm gonna painting around the outside, the shape of the plate, like that. And take a look at the table. There's the whole local color over here. And you don't have to leave the area for the fruit because they are darker than whatever color that you are putting onto the paper right now. It's just the red and the blue color. So I'm gonna put it right over here. And except this space, there's a little big shell over here. I'm gonna painting around the shell. Here you go, like that. You see how I used only the little edge, a little corner of this brush. Put it right there. That's good, like that. And then paint around everything else. I'm gonna paint around even on the fruit, putting it over here, like that. And a little gray color, put that little bit showing the plate, like that. You put a little color over here, and in fact, let's paint a little bit more. So now I'm gonna mix a little bit greenish brown color. So I'm gonna take the yellow color first. Take the red color. I'm gonna come to a little bit more blue. And here you go. There's a lot of blue color. I'm gonna get a little bit more red, maybe a little bit more yellow. You can make the flat brush a little bit smaller by having it come in a little bit like this. I'm gonna start with this one and just use the corner of this brush. You can see that, okay. And that's the shape. I'm gonna have this shape coming, connect with this shape. Oh, here you go. Now I'm gonna have the shape approximately like this, a little oval shape. And coming on this side, here you go. Now on over here, have another shape, connected. Using a large brush always reminds you to look at a bigger shape than the smaller shape. And then this whole thing over here is one shape. I'm gonna have that right in here. I'm gonna actually make it a little bit bigger. That shape right here. Right, that's good. And then on this side, I'm gonna have this same color on this side. Here you go. I'm gonna have a little bit on the bottom over here. And here you go. Get a little big shape like that. And then a little big shape on the edge over here. That's fine. And catch the shadow. Now I want you to always check the local color is the correct color. I'm going to mix a little bit even darker color by using a little bit more red and the blue color. Now I'm going to come in to make the color in this fruit right here a little bit darker. I'm going to have one a little bit darker. And I'm going to see this one a little bit more red. So I'm going to take a look at the local color of that fruit. It's a little bit red right in here, a little bit warmer. Okay, like that. I'm going to take this color and put it underneath right here, like that. I use the brush sideways, is make it the edge a little bit better. There you go. Now coming over here, now look a little bit more warmer and get closer and closer to the fruit. Now I'm going to get a little bit red into here. And now look around in here. Here you go. That's better. Like that. That's good. Now take a look at the catch the shadow over here. Looking for how dark, what's the value? How dark is the color? and then what color is it in there. I would like to see that you use the larger brush a little bit longer so that you can focus more on the bigger color instead of the smaller color. And over here we can also, this is only the first round. You can modify those colors a little bit later. Okay, now come back over here to the plate. Now take a look at the plate. Should be here. Here you go. Now coming. When you try to look for something and you look for it and focus on the element, and you can find it very easily. Here you go. I'm going to have that in here. It's a little bit catch the shadow coming over here. Here you go. Right. And somewhere have a little bit more translucent feeling. And I'm going to come back here when I have very much the same color but have a little bit more brown color, because the surrounding of the next to the catch the shadow, that's the fruit. The fruit is a little bit more brown color. So I'm going to have the color in here a little bit warmer. I know this color is not the final color. It's just set the color in so we can compare. Okay, a little bit color over here. Like that, a little bit color over here. Set a little color there, a little color over there. If you can hold yourself to make it a little bit more, not focus on the perfection, but focus on how it feel, how the color feel to you. I'm going to put the color over here, make it a little bit darker. And now what I am going to do, I'm going to start lifting a little bit color by remove enough color, enough water. And I'm going to have this a little bit light over here. Just use the water. Now see that, make it feeling a little bit more translucent already. The same thing over here. I want this a little bit lighter, see that? But lifting up, you can see immediately have the feeling of some light go through the paper towel. How I'm going to adjust the color. From here, I'm going to use the calligraphy brush, and I'm going to come into make it a little bit different. I'm going to use the yellow color. I'm looking for some of the color that need a little bit more orange color. And I'm going to take the yellow-orange color. First, I'm going to change the color for this one, make it a little bit richer. Okay, just overlay the little color. I'm not looking at the light side and the shadow side yet. On this side, I'm going to use a little bit more green color. I'm going to put it right in here. Right, I'm going to put it right here. I'm not looking at the light side, shadow side either. Orange color, I'm going to put it here. I think this color need to be brighter. Now here you go. I'm going to have this color like this, a little bit connected into that gap. I don't want to include that gap, the little white gap. I'm going to make the color like this. That's good. And this color, it looks already good enough. Now I'm going to looking for the color inside of this fruit, and it's a little bit more like it looks like a translucent. And I'm going to have a little yellow color start from the top. A little yellow color. It's not very bright color. Take a look here. And the color keep changing, coming down. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to come in on this side. And here you go. On the top over here, have a little bit more orange color like that. And you can see the difference in the colors. Here you go. And now I'm going to painting around the highlight. Okay, like that. You can see the color change in that shape. Okay, now I'm going to have just the tiny tip on with the tiny hair. I'm coming around over here. I have a little bit tiny white shape like that. Now I'm going to paint around. That's good. I'm going to let go some of the wet. I'm going to come in over here to make the shape a little bit smaller. can see that? There's a little shape dividing it. That's good, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna start using a little bit darker color. You see that I have a little bit more blue at the bottom over here. You see, it's very interesting. Smooth transition into the shape. And have a little bit more blue color on this side. Just tap the color in. And a little bit of color over here too. Okay, that's good. And the bottom over here start having a little bit lighter color, but I'm going to lift it up a little bit later. So this is the first round of seeing the whole fruit, how it's so interestingly have a little soft translution. So I'm going to have this. Take a look at that. Okay. Make the bottom over here a little bit softer too. That's good. That's great. And inside over here, I have a little bit warm color. I'm gonna put this. This will be good. But on the other side, I'm gonna have a little bit darker gray color. Have a little bit red and a blue color. You see how much color they use. And I'm gonna come in here to have this color merge into this color and have very soft light effect. Okay, now I'm gonna have also make a little color in the catch to shadow like that. That's fine. I'm gonna just blend the color a little bit, and that's good. Now I'm also going to have a little bit of gray color and also have a little bit more kind of greenish feeling on the catch to shadow. And right here, add a little color in here. A little color over here, and we're going to work into the catch the shadow a little bit later. Okay, I'm gonna also add a little bit of this gray color coming on this side. Change a little bit of the edge like that, and I can add the color a little bit darker, and I'm going to do the overlay color. Coming here. That's good. And on the edge over here, a little bit darker. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna have a little texture and put over here too. At this point, I also can have a little bit smaller shape, like coming from here. Doesn't need to be so much contrast, and very simple shape like that. Here you go. Okay, just add a little bit suggestions. Also on this side, I'm gonna have the shape. Make sure the direction of the shape you get it right, because they are all pointing to the middle of the plate. At this point, I'm going to do some adjustment to the entire paper. I'm going to have this corner a little bit darker, and I'm going to have a little bit deeper at the bottom over here. So I'm going to looking for the color differences. It looks like I should have a little bit more red color at the front over here. So I just put the red color in here, okay? Because I'm looking for the color differences. Okay, like that. And when I'm coming up here, I can push the color all the way in to the catch the shadow. Also make a little bit soften some of the area. Okay, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna come in on this side. Now see the color, the front over here already look like a little bit darker. You get to come back to make adjustment from time to time so that you can have better connection, better balance. Now I'm going to have a little bit blue color, have a little gray actually on the top over here. I'm gonna have the color over here to divide the corner over here, and maybe also have a little bit over here too, to see how the outside space being divided like that. Give a little bit texture. Now I'm gonna get inside of the edge of shape. First, I'm going to lift up some area, make it a little bit highlight. So I continue using this flat brush. I'm going to do is still have a half load of wet. Now I'm going to start from this one. How about that? I'm going to use the corner. You see that? Just tap on it. It already looked like a soft highlight. So that's good. I'm going to turn around and using this corner and tap a little on it, and I already have the highlight. So you don't need to worry about those, and start adding a little bit more highlight to each, and add on it. It's a very soft area. Just use the corner. I'm gonna get a little yellow orange color. I'm gonna come back to this one. Just take a look. I'm gonna painting around the highlight. So I'm gonna even have a little bit small shape like that, dividing the highlight into a smaller area like that. So this fruit now I have a little bit better color, and now it looks like a little bit more yellow color. Add a little yellow color in here. You know, the color that I'm painting is very light and very thin. After we lift up the color always lost the brightness. So you need to have this step. Allow yourself to add the color back over here, a little bit more red color on the top, and on the other sides a little bit more green color. So I'm going to get the blue and the yellow color. Here you go. Now I'm going to put that color back in here. There you go. That's good. And down over here, now I'm going to put a little bit darker color and have a little bit blue. Take a look at that color, a little bit more blue, a little bit colder, and but also have a little yellow color. Have a little bit blue. That's kind of like a greenish gray color. A little bit more. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, like that. Now here you go. Now I'm gonna put this color, start over here. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna change the color. Have a little bit more yellow color, and with this, you can see that from dark get a little bit lighter, and that's good. Right over here. And then on this side, have a little bit more blue color. Just take the blue color. You don't need to mix the new color. You just need to see what color needed additional to the color that you already have. I'm gonna have a little red color on this side. I'm gonna have the little red color and get a little bit yellow color. So feeling kind of a little bit orange, brown color, right? Like that. And like that. That's good. I'm gonna start working on the shadow. Maybe start from this color. I'm gonna take this, and now I'm gonna put this side, right? And look at this calligraphy brush. You can very easy to render the color. And now I'm gonna put it on this side, and have a little bit darker, have a little bit blue. Okay, like that. Here you go. I maybe still going to add a little bit darker color, a little bit deeper, a little bit later. Now I'm just open up this calligraphy brush. It looks like a little bit small flat brush. Now I'm gonna actually have it a little bit merged together, like this. Now I have a nice transition. I'm gonna add a little blue color, a little bit blue. Look at over here. So I'm gonna leave the bottom over here, the area, have a little bit lighter, like a little reflected translucent. And if I add a little color up over here to leave a little bit light at the bottom, it would convey that translucent feeling. So I'm gonna have a little bit softer over here. Here you go. That's good. A little bit shape down over up over here. That's good. Now I'm gonna start working into maybe this shape. I'm gonna add a little bit the light brown color in the middle over here. Just this the local color for this shape. Okay, that's good. And that's good enough. And then we're working on the outside, have a little bit yellow, making into this color, and this almost the color that I need. Okay, looking for this suggestion. That's good, like that. Now we're looking on a smaller shape, a little bit more details, right? Which is we don't have to do at the beginning. Now I'm gonna coming over here to see a little big shape around here, a little big shape around here, and like that. And seeing the shell, I can add a little texture. And now I'm gonna add a little bit darker color around here. That is the skin in the shadow. Here you go. Also over here, you can see a little bit darker color. Catch the shadow, make it a little bit darker. I'm gonna have a little bit more blue color mixed with the red. Now here you go. I'm gonna coming over here. Here you go. From a little darker to a little bit lighter. Now on this side, you have that too. Okay, also over here, have a little bit more. Have the color look a little bit better, painting around. That's good. All right, now this looks pretty cool. And now come back over here. Now I'm gonna start making a little bit darker shadow color. Also to catch the shadow on each other. I'm gonna put the color start from this one. Okay, I can see this area can be a little bit darker. And also the calligraphy brush can naturally create the, because the hair is so long, create a blending by putting it like that. For example, over here, I'm going to put that right over here. It's already have the blending from dark to light. And on this side, I'm going to extend the shape a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, like that. And that's good. And add a little bit in the middle over here. Now come to on this side, have a little bit warmer. You can see the shape a little bit warmer. I'm going to just put the color on the outside over here. Now you can see separate these three fruit. I'm going to come to this one, have a little shadow side, and coming around over here. I'm going to soften that a little bit, make a little nice transition. Just use the water. Water is the blender, and S also the eraser. We're going to finish the painting by adding some lines. I'm going to have a little yellow and a little red mixed into this color, make a little bit dark brown color, and a little bit more yellow. Okay, that's good enough. Maybe a little bit blue. Okay, that's good. Now, take a look. Now we're going to do it this way. I'm going to have this line. Look at how much you need to push to the paper. Okay, look before you continue, like that. Okay, that's good. Just like a calligraphy. Okay, now I'm gonna have a little bit more water. Now, I'm gonna get this line from here, coming all the way coming here. So it need to be dark enough, right? So I'm gonna coming all the way over here, slowly. Okay, don't going it too fast. And I'm going to get all the way coming here. So I'm going to put this line right here. Make it a little bit darker. And coming on this direction. Okay, that looks good. Now I have to connect the line over there. I'm going to start over here. And slowly. Okay, that's one line. Woohoo! We're getting there. So now I'm going to come to this. I'm going to start over here. I think I'm going to extend it a little bit more. Now what I want, I'm going to put this line coming all the way over here. Go through the line here. A little bit smaller. Okay, right here. Stop. And have a little bit connect into here. Now here you go. That's the fruit. I'm going to come over here all the way, come to this side. Here you go. A little bit. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Okay. Here you go. Here you go. Right there. Here you go. And have a little bit stem showing like that. That's good. And then have a little bit connect with this one. And they're gonna make it a little bit slightly, a little bit darker, a little bit drier right now. It's too much wet in my brush. Okay, like that. I'm gonna have this moving. Okay, that's pretty good. Right. Now I'm gonna have this gonna connect with this one too. This is how they connect it. And then I'm gonna have another one, and coming back here, push it, and okay, that's good. And here, slow. Don't have to go really fast. That's good. I'm going to come one over all the way on here, coming on this side. Okay, so let's say I'm going to start over here, come a little bit, and then stop a little bit, and then make it slowly. And here you go. I'm going to come over here, and here you go. Over here, stop. And then make a little bit connection between that. Okay, a little bit connection over here. And this one connect with the other one. Okay, a little bit darker, like that. And then this line from here you go, small, like that. That's good. I'm going to continue with this line coming all the way this way, and I'm going to have this line coming out from here. A little bit different. Okay, right here. That's good. Like that. And then take a look at this one. I don't have to paint this one, but I'm going to make it a little bit interesting. Change the angle a little bit. Like that. A little bit softer. That's good. Okay, and there's a line over here. Coming onto this. That's good. Like that. And I'm going to have a line directly coming into this spot. So that line will start from here. Okay, know where you're going. Okay, like that. That's good. And connect that to this fruit. Okay. And let's see. And then we're going to give a little bit, fine-tune the stem over here. There is a little bit opening like that. Give a little realistic details. Okay, that's good. And then we're gonna put a few dots onto the skin. Let's take a look. I'm gonna have a few dots. Okay, not a lot. And this is called dragon eye fruit. It's very popular in Asia. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit warm color. Just put on the top over here. Okay, a little bit texture. A little bit texture. Okay, a little texture like that. Okay, a little texture on the one at the front, because so close to us. Random, make it a little shape a little bit random too, not the same size shape. Okay, you can. And now I'm going to add some color over here. This is the gray color. Start over here. That's the edge. I'm going to put it over here. And I have a little color over here too, but disappear. And because covered by the plate. And then over here, I have a little bit light color over here. And then a little shadow color over here too. I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. Just use the water, soften it. Now the same thing over here, I have a little blue color. And connecting this light blue color, connecting this all the way here. And the same thing. And this can be connected over there. That is giving much better. That's also on the other side. I can make one little area. A little bit darker like that. And make the plate a lot better. And let's see, we also can have a little suggestions of the dot of the paper towel texture. Again, you don't have to make it look realistic. As long as you get the balance and you feel okay, feel happy about it.